It's a going on from campus. Come on, let me walk on. Campus connection, another one. Campus, we are coming on from campus. Come on, let me walk on.
All right. Greetings, Jamaica and the world at
Whoop,
large.
whoop,
Campus
whoop, whoop.
Connection is back for yet another week. Big up on
Yes,
yourself, and I'm so very grateful that you guys would have taken the time out to listen and to view. For those who are on the live stream, big up on yourself. I am Jonathan Fletcher, and with me is my co-host.
I'm a Nesta,
Yeah,
everybody. Just in
yeah.
case you don't know. I mean, who doesn't know? I don't know. But it's so good to be here. Hello, Jonathan.
Hello. And you know my favorite thing right now. Let me tell you. You know my favorite thing right now?
I have an idea, but tell me just in case.
All right, watch this now. Campus Connection is brought to you by Heart NSTA Trust. Skill
Skill
is
is
power.
power.
Skill is power. And the TGI Fridays at TGIF every day is Friday, which means that Tuesday is the new.
Friday.
I'll be like, you know, over someone. I'm telling you. Well, yeah, Tuesday is a new Friday. Big up to our sponsors every single time, doing what they need to do to ensure that we remain, on the airwaves doing what needs to be done.
Absolutely. And now let's hear a message from our sponsors.
And its workforce are advancing quickly. Life changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Guess what? It's always Friday at TGI Fridays. Whether you're diving into our mouth-watering appetizers or treating yourself to one of our sizzling entrees, TGI Fridays has something for every craving. So why wait for the weekend? Visit us today and get that Friday feeling any day of the week. Follow us on Instagram at TGI Fridays Jamaica for information. TGI Fridays, Friday, every day.
All right, all right. So you heard it from the sponsors themselves. And we are so grateful to be here with you another Tuesday evening. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I always
Absolutely.
say this at the start of every show, but this one is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We're talking about balancing academics and extracurricular activities, and this is
Mm-hmm.
part two. So if you missed last week, you did miss part one, which was really good. And we before we get into that discussion though, we do have our education news and bulletin, and it will be brought to you on this week's episode. It will be brought to you by Ashara Barnett, a student at the University of Technology. So let's hear education news and bulletin now.
Education News and Bulletin for Tuesday, November 12, 2024, here inside Campus Connection. The Heart NSTA Trust will be spearheading a series of activities for Youth Month being observed throughout November. Managing Director Dr. Tanisha Ingleton provided details during a post-cabinet press briefing at Jamaica House on Wednesday, November 6. The Trust will be mobilizing teams to target youth upon the corner across Jamaica for career counseling and recruitment. Dr. Ingleton explained that the aim is to meet the youth where they are and engage them in meaningful activities so that they do not become unattached. Dr. Ingleton explained, quote, We also have a series called Build a Business. We recognize that our young people today have entrepreneurial minds and we want to nurture that. So we will be seeking to expose young persons to basic principles of wealth creation and enterprise development. We want them to know from an early stage what it is like to build a business, to own a business, and to pay taxes. End quote. Another activity for Youth Month is Skill Swap, which will see trainees swap their skills for a day. The aim is to showcase that there are no gender restrictions in skills. The swap will be done with male and female trainees from Hart College of Beauty Services and Hart College of Construction Services for an immersive and hands on journey into fields traditionally dominated by the opposite gender. Dr. Engleton shared that this activity will be filmed and shared via social media for greater youth interaction. Regarding the Think Inc. tournament, Dr. Ingleton said it will be conducted in collaboration with Writing Clouds Incorporated. Participants will be tasked with writing essays focused on mental health under the theme Raising Awareness and Advocating for Mental Wellness Resources and Support Systems for Trainees. Among the other program activities for Youth Month are a leadership and development seminar, an Agri Open Day at Ebony Park Academy in Clarendon, as well as a youth advancement through parenting education workshop. Dr. Ingleton shared, quote, "Parents are critical. We have to help them to see how important it is to allow their children to take the path that they want to take and not to be encumbered by traditional approaches." End quote. The Youth Month initiatives will target Jamaicans aged 17 to 29 with a goal of engaging them in innovative and creative forums that will provide a platform for them to express their talents, skills, thoughts, and opinions while exploring ways to contribute to national development. In our bulletin today, the wait is over. Perry in Christ will release his first EP titled In Christ on Friday, November 15, 2024. Jamaica Baptist Union Youth Rally 2024 will be held under the theme Taught the Truth, the Word Not Change on Saturday, November 23, 2024 at the Ocho Rios Baptist Church, located on Milford Road, Ocho Rios, St. Anne. Cost for attendance is $200. Christian Brethren Assemblies Jamaica presents National Youth Conference 2024 under the theme God's Masterpiece at the Swallowfield Chapel located at 9 Swallowfield Road in Kingston on Saturday, November 30, 2024, starting at 9:30 a.m. Marston Parma Jr. will be the event speaker. Be sure to come out to experience a day of worship, the word, breakout sessions, games, giveaways, and a guest artist. That was all the news and bulletins we have for you today on Campus Connection. I am Ashara Barnett.
All right. Thank you so much to you, Ashara. And we're going now to our creative block segment. And Jonathan, I'm telling you, today's creative block is, well,
Mm-hmm.
it's a
Are we
different
ready?
kind of
Are we really
creative.
ready?
We have an industrial technologist with us,
Mm.
and her name is Anthony Evans. And industrial technologist. I'm eager to talk with her to hear more about her story because it's gonna be good. It's
Yeah,
gonna
that
be
sounds
good.
like something there. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, she is a dedicated professional from St. Catherine, Jamaica. Attended Charlemont High School before advancing her studies at Michael University College, where she majored in industrial, of course, technology. And she's known for her passion for technical skills and innovation. She is equipped with a strong educational foundation and hands-on expertise in her field. So she knows her stuff. She's not pretending or anything like that. She knows her stuff.
Basically.
Yeah.
So we want to welcome at this time, we would love to welcome Miss Anthony Evans. I mean, welcome to the show, Anthony.
Yes,
Thank you so much
yes.
for being with
For
us.
having me. I did my early session at the gym because I told myself I had to be here. So thank you for having me.
Wow.
Oh, see that?
Nesta, we important, you know. I don't
I'm
know
telling
if
you,
you knew
priorities.
this, but this is clearly telling us that we're
Yeah,
important. Thank you
yeah,
so much,
yeah.
Thank
Anthony, for taking the time out to be with us this
you.
evening. So you are an industrial technologist.
I
Yes.
feel
So,
like the
all
first thing we should ask is what is that?
right.
Yeah.
Industrial technology basically talks about the industry of manufacturing, skills and knowledge coming together to produce probably a drawing, a product, something of the sort.
Okay, okay.
So the industrial technologist or industrial technology is kind of major um, or vague, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I do a couple things under that. So
Mm.
I've done my internship at a woodwork company. Um, I'm a teacher. They say draftsman, but I'm a draftswoman. Um,
Aha,
I
saw what you did there.
yep, I draw buildings, mechanical plans that includes air conditioning, ventilation, exhaust fan, all of that.
So this is creative block. So you have to explain to me where does the creative side come
The
in?
link.
So
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Unlike an artist or a graphic designer, we have to work within a parameter, but that doesn't mean we have
Mm.
to be boring. You
Mm,
know,
okay.
for example, if we're drawing a building and our client says, "I want um, here air ventilation," we have to see how we can maneuver this. Do we put more windows? Do we position this house a certain way? What do we do? What can we add? You know,
Mm-hmm.
so those we have to work within a parameter, but we can be creative.
I love
So,
it.
all right, let's dive into this a bit further.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think this is probably the first time we're having someone who has some amount of limitation on their creativity. Should we call it limitation? Some
Um,
parameters on the
we are working
Restriction,
creativity.
within a parameter.
constraint.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. How do you bridge the gap between maintaining your creativity and staying within those parameters?
Honestly, sometimes it's hard. However,
I can
it,
imagine.
yeah, sometimes it's hard, but some clients tend, and that's why I teach as well. Let's dive into the client part of it. Some clients
Mm-hmm.
give you the option of doing what you want, but saying, "But I want this and this and that." You get me? So I get to show my creativity, but still, working within the parameters. For example, I teach and I say to my students, please give me a upstairs downstairs house, um,
Yes.
but don't make the space too crammed. I want a lot of lights,
Mm-hmm.
so this will give me and them the opportunity to explore what we can add, what we can, change around and
Mhm,
still conforming to, building codes.
I get you. I get you. I get you.
Mhm.
Wow, wonderful conversation here with Anthony Evans, industrial technologist, right? And we're inside Creative Block here inside Campus Connection. But we're going to take a quick break. You want to stick and stay with us after these messages.
Guess what? It's always Friday at TGI Fridays. Whether you're diving into our mouth-watering appetizers or treating yourself to one of our sizzling entrees, TGI Fridays has something for every craving. So why wait for the weekend? Visit us today and get that Friday feeling any day of the week. Follow us on Instagram at TGI Fridays Jamaica for information. TGI Fridays, Friday, every day.
Looking out for love, we've been here for 25 years and we are guarding light. Just getting started, leading the way, protecting you and yours at every step. Guarding light. Caring for family, caring for you, looking at the life. For every generation, for every stage, your partner for 25 years. Guardian Life. Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Here is your opportunity to connect with someone who will listen, pray, and give guidance. It's the Ministry of Counseling and Prayer of the Edgewater Baptist Church. Please call 876-220-6474 or 876-332-7956. Weekdays between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Please talk to someone if you're finding it particularly challenging to cope during this period of crisis. Someone is waiting for your call. Please reach out today, 876-220-6474 or 876-332-7956. It's the telephone counseling and prayer ministry of the Edgewater Baptist Church. A reminder that somebody cares. Endorsed by Love 101.
When I come to the end of myself, carry me. Okay, where are the other signs? Just step up in a pride.
All right, all right. Welcome back to Campus Connection. If you're just joining us, you're inside the Creative Block segment of the show, and we are joined by Anthony Evans, industrial technologist. I don't know why, I just like saying that. Industrial technologist. It sounds very fancy, like something serious but fancy. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But before the break, Anthony was sharing with us a little bit about how she expresses her creativity, even though she has some amount of parameters set out, with building codes and all of that. But Anthony, have you ever experienced creative block though, based on the fact that there are parameters?
I wouldn't say an extensive creative block, but I would say like phases. There are phases where I'm
Mm,
overthinking something and it's just not clear. Something is just not clear. And I take a break. It's important for us creatives to take breaks. You know,
Yeah.
rewind, reevaluate, come back. And it's clearer. It's clearer when you come back, honestly.
So you're in a field that's dominated by males. How do you navigate that space? Still being
Um,
creative and still shining.
that's what makes it interesting. I'm a female within the
mm,
industry.
Mm-hmm.
That's what,
mm-hmm.
you know. So I be myself, um, and I just do my work to the
Mm-hmm.
best of my ability. I give it my all.
And do you
Wow, wow.
find that there is it easy for you to share your thoughts, share your opinions? Is it easy for you to sometimes take an opposing view as to just how easy is it for you working in that space?
So sharing my opinions, not bad. There are times when you have to step back and know when you're wrong. When I do know I'm not wrong, I
Mhm.
don't back down.
Oh.
I provide my evidence and all of that. I don't back down. Um,
Wow.
and that's what make it a bit easier for me. The tenacity. I do not back down,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I know I'm not always right. I don't know everything. There is
Right.
always something to learn.
Love it.
Powerful, absolutely powerful. We're wrapping, but I really wanted to find out from you, based on where you are now, what kind of landscape do you see yourself charting? What kind of path do you see yourself charting within this industry, or even outside of this industry?
All right, truth be told, I started with buildings, construction.
Mm.
And then
Wait,
I
wait,
have
wait. When you
gotten
say you started with, wait. When you say you started with construction,
majored in
what
construction,
you
building
mean?
drawing,
What you
all of that.
mean?
Yeah.
That's my
Okay.
major.
Okay. Please continue. Sorry.
Right.
Ah,
What was the question again? Sorry, my chain of thoughts.
Where do you see yourself going, whether in this
So,
field or outside of this field?
right, I started with construction and I have gotten the opportunity to go in mechanical, to learn more
Mm,
and all of that. So it's a never ending cycle of learning. I don't want to just stay in one industry. I want to
mm,
be my best self in whatever
yeah.
industry I can go in.
mhm. And are
Yeah,
you still at that point in your career where you're trying to see what you like, what sticks, what
definitely.
you're okay?
Definitely. I'm still trying to see what pleases me or where I'm
Mm-hmm.
comfortable. Or not even say comfortable, because with some sort of growth, you're going to feel this uncomfortable. So it's not a
Yeah.
case of being comfortable, but reaching my best self, being my best self,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What I really like about you is that you don't accept limitations.
Yeah,
Based on
right.
this
clearly,
conversation, I'm
clearly.
realizing you don't accept the
No,
status quo. You don't accept the
no, I
limitation
don't subscribe.
presented to
I
you.
don't
I
Don't
love
subscribe.
that. I
subscribe.
love that. Do you have anybody you want to big up? Anybody that you want to, shout out?
First and foremost, God. I
Mm.
That man has put me where I am and he's still taking me
Mm-hmm.
places.
Mhm,
But otherwise, my family has been there, every step of the way. So
mhm.
definitely,
Mm.
and my son has made me. He, I'm going so much harder. He's one,
Wow.
by the way.
Wow.
So
Aw.
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. Wow.
yeah,
Well, we certainly are proud of you. I don't know if you've heard this all day, but we're proud of
thank
you
you.
here at Campus Connection for all you've achieved so far. The fact
Mm-hmm.
that you're in a male dominated field and you're making your mark, that's really powerful. And
Absolutely.
we certainly wish you all the best in your
Thank
future
you so
endeavors.
much. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you
Absolutely.
so much for being here.
All right, thanks.
Wow. Powerful, powerful story there from Anthony Evans. And next up, me have to go learn to mix smart and them thing there now.
I'm telling, oh, that would be
Me
so
not tell you no
funny.
lies. No, me
Oh,
really need
please
to go learn
go
to
do it and make sure you take
mix
pictures.
smarter. You know, let me tell you something. Let me tell you
Guys,
something. I
can you
used to do
imagine
technical
Jonathan with
drawing.
a shovel
Guys, let's focus on the show. Let's get back to the show.
with the
Boy, you
cloth?
see, I give you an inch, you want to take a mile, Liberty really come through
Because you know it's
carelessness.
clocks
Anyway,
them mix matter in, right? It's class. Anyways, back to
let's
the
go to
show.
I chose
I
Christ.
chose
Yeah?
Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be joined by Ariana Campbell sharing her story why she chose Christ, and you should too. She's from the Michael University College.
No. Hi, my name is Ariana, a first year guidance student. No. How has the Lord transformed my life? To begin with, I must say God has been an awesome God. He has been a faithful God. He has been a loving God. In spite of the many mistakes I've made, and would think that, oh, I'm not deserving, even though we aren't deserving. But when you make mistake, you're like, oh, God is not going to do this for me. But nevertheless, nevertheless, He still does what He has in store for your life. No, I can remember, quick testimony, I can remember applying for university, not knowing where my tuition would come from. The work that I'm doing for the summer won't pay half of my tuition fee, and it is pretty expensive. And I can remember going on 3 days fast, and the Lord made a way. Like, my entire tuition fee um is not yet being paid in full, but I can say glory be to God. 3/4 of my tuition fee has been paid, and I know He will continue to make ways for me. The word of the Lord says, everything worketh for the good of those who love and who are in Christ Jesus. So I am just forever grateful for His loving kindness and tender mercies, and the testimonies that I have to share, you know, with each and everyone, whoever I can share it with, because our testimony is to enlighten others and to encourage others and to propel others to believe that there is a God and He is faithful and He is true and He will come true for you within His time, because His timing is not our timing and His timing is perfect. So we should just humble ourselves and wait upon Him, and He will do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or imagine. I choose Christ, and you should too.
Powerful, absolutely powerful testimony there from Ariana Campbell from the Michael University College.
Yes, yes. And we are going to a quick break. But when we return, we are going into our discussion on balancing academics and extracurricular activities. So you definitely want to stay with us. We'll be right back with more Campus Connection.
Magic sparkling on alcoholic wine. To have a good time.
White grape, red grape, strawberry, peach. Any celebration, the buckle up reach. Pink and blue magic, papa baby shower. Mixed food, pineapple, coconut, good for every hour. I'm the Jamaican sorry. Mix our straight, everybody can manage.
Make magical moments with Magic Sparkling.
What gift gives you joy?
Renovating my home.
Finance your personal loan with CIBC Caribbean and use your funds to enjoy a dream holiday, home renovations, or more. Plus, we'll gift you 50% off the application fee and the chance to win one of 3 cash prizes from our pot of up to $2.4 million. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/joy of giving. CIBC Caribbean, terms and conditions apply.
Every Thursday morning, Love 101 shares with you power-packed messages, words of encouragement, and testimonies of God's miraculous power. You get all of that in the Don't Give Up broadcast, brought to you by Celebration Church at the Portmore Skating Ring in the Portmore Mall with Pastor Prophet Michael Carter. Be sure to stay tuned to Love 101 for the Don't Give Up broadcast. Get the word you need to start your day right. The Don't Give Up broadcast, Thursdays at 5:15 a.m. on the family station, Love 101.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is Campus Connection. If you're just joining us, you have missed quite a bit. You missed Creative Block, you missed I Chose Christ, you missed Education
Mm-hmm.
Bulletin. But don't worry, because we have our discussion coming up on the topic of balancing academics and extracurricular activities. And we're looking forward to this discussion. And we actually wanted to throw a question to you to see what are your thoughts. Do you think there should be more scholarships available for students who participate in extracurricular activities? Should there be more scholarships for the people who serve in Key Club and 4-H and cadet and all of these different activities? Should there be more scholarships? You can reach out to us on Facebook, YouTube, we're live on TikTok as well at Love 101 FM Jamaica. You can also send us your comments on WhatsApp at 876-997-3125. So yes, that's what we want to know. And we have some guests here with us, Jonathan, that are going to help us unpack. I think that's your favorite word, unpack. Help us unpack
Wow.
this topic.
Wow.
Am I right or am I right?
Anyway, let's
Ah,
unpack. Yes, let's unpack.
there we go. So we have Miss Shania Cummings, the Key Club
Mm-hmm.
president of St. Catherine High School. We have Miss Demoya Taylor, the Key Club lieutenant governor for Division 3 Key Club as well. And we also have Mr. Javon Bailey, Public Relations and Marketing Manager at the Jamaica 4-H Clubs. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the show. Look at the bright smile. You can unmute your mic then.
Hi.
Big up, guys. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. I know, even as we are unpacking this
Ah,
conversation, we want to really understand, first of all, what is an extracurricular activity? For those who may not know what that is. Javon, you want to answer that one? What is an extracurricular activity within the scope of school?
All right, so I would say an extracurricular activity is anything that is outside of a student's regular day-to-day operations and the academic coursework. So it's anything
Mm-hmm.
outside of what you're going to your classroom to do, anything that plays a part in your academic studies. So definitely joining a club, learning some civic engagement, doing some community service that is outside of the scope of a regular coursework activity.
so Demoya, you you are a part of Key Club.
Yes,
Tell us, do you think students involved in extracurricular activities receive enough support?
I personally think they do receive, well, I wouldn't say enough, but they receive some amount of support. Being in these extracurricular activities, you are exposed to more persons, and being in Key Club, you are exposed to more persons, you are allowed to network with other persons, getting to know more persons, and therefore gathering resources in case you need help in the future.
Awesome. So just a follow up here for you, Demoya. When it comes to now doing all of that plus handling your academics, do you see where you're receiving the support on the academics end in terms of from your teachers? Like if you say, Miss, I can't come to class because I have this going on. Do you get that kind of support that you would need?
Yeah, yes, I do. Whenever I have events, for example, we recently had mass meeting at the Carl Hendrickson Art Auditorium at Jamaica College. I had to miss school. I had to leave school earlier than usual. I just explained to my teachers that, hey, I won't be at school. And
Mhm.
that was okay because they would share the content that was taught. If I had assignments to do, they would also share that additional information for me to do as well.
Wow. Very good to have supportive people who understand the different activities that you have to take on. But based on that, I believe it's so important for students to be rounded. Because you have those students who they just focus on academics, whilst they have those sports people who is just sports. You have creative arts people who is just creative arts. But I really do believe in balancing the act at the end of the day. So sticking with you, Demoya, why is it important to balance academics and extracurricular activities based on what you explained just now?
I think it's very important to balance academics and extracurricular activities because, yes, you can be academically inclined, but what else can you do? Like, you can have it
Mm,
here in the brains, everything, but I feel like it's important to be well rounded, to be able to multitask, balance academics and extracurricular activities, you know, to maintain. Because with college, they not only look at your academics. For college
Mhm.
yes.
applications, I'm in upper six right now, and we're currently doing college applications. They don't just look at your academics. You have various colleges who they want to see what else do you do? What do you do at school? Are you involved? Are you doing sports? Are you in a club? Are you in a society? They want not only persons who are academically inclined, but persons who can add value to their institution. And I feel like that's why it's important, or not just being academically inclined.
Well
I
said.
love that, and even being one of those students who was in everything at high school, I do when I came into a working environment, I did see the value of it. But Mr. Bailey, if you would, can you give us two of the benefits or skills that you gain as you're a part of extracurricular activities?
All right, I would say one is definitely some leadership skills because personally, through my high school years, being a part when I went to university, being a part of the guild of students, joining clubs, joining the marketing associations, it taught you a lot of leadership. So you got a lot of tasks. You have to manage your time. You know how to speak to other persons. You know how to manage the different attitudes and the personalities that are around you. So you learn a lot about leadership. When to say what, when not to say anything. If you realize that a certain person reacts a certain way, you know that the approach to this person is a bit different. And I think that segues into the work world pretty well. So leadership is definitely one and time management. So extracurricular activities themselves teach a lot about time management because trust me, having to join three clubs or do some stuff at home, you have responsibilities in the house, you're focusing on academics, you have a social life, you go to church. So there's a lot that goes on. So I think time management is also something that you will learn from being a part of a club. And those two are what I would deem the most important leading from high school into university and also into the real world itself.
Hmm.
Right, and we have Shania joining us via phone, president of the St. Catherine High School Key Club. Shania,
Hello,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. And I'm very happy that you are able to join us for this conversation. But based on the experience that you have had, because you are the president, right? It's a big role.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Um, what kind of support do you have in place? What kind of system? What kind of, you know, what do you have in place to ensure that you stay on top of things?
Okay, so I have a wonderful exec body where we all work together to ensure that everything is running good and there's nothing going wrong. I also have three advisors who I will go to in case anything is going wrong or if I need advice. So they're always there for me.
Hmm. Um, Tell us a little bit about why you serve. Is it for the fame? Is it for the recognition? Is it for just to embellish your resume? Why do you serve?
I serve because I have a passion for it. It's something that once I got a taste for it, I realized that I really loved it, and I was like, okay, I have to continue. Today we actually went to a father home in Kingston, where I got to interact with children who were in less fortunate situations than me,
Hmm.
and it really made me like be very grateful that I have the opportunity to like interact with others, and it builds me as a person, and Yeah.
Love it.
Wow, absolutely powerful. Um, one more for you, Shania. Based on what you have seen, would you encourage persons to be a part of extracurricular activities? And if yes, could you give two reasons why?
Yes. Number one, it helps to build character. Extracurricular for some might just be something that they're doing because they have to graduate. But I believe that when you find something that you love and you're consistent with it, it can help you to get through basically anything. It can be something that you depend on. A lot of people love Key Club and it's something that they're passionate about. It also helps with like time management, something that being a leader has shown me that it's very important to always have a schedule because without a schedule, basically nothing will be done. So it's very effective that way.
Mm-hmm. And Javon, I correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like there's a stigma with some clubs and societies. I feel like some students might be, whether or not they know it, they might have reservations about joining certain clubs. I believe 4-H might be one of them. Can you speak to, is this a reality for some students, and how do you as a club overcome that? You're their marketing and public relations manager. How do you overcome that reservation?
All right, so I would think the major reservation that we have seen is that persons believe that it's strictly just about farming and going into the soil, but it's not really that. The forest club, even though we focus on agriculture, that is the mechanism that we use to teach your life skills. So in regards to being patient, so you're not gonna plant something today and expect it to grow tomorrow. It takes some patience, it takes some work, it takes you going into the field. And then pest and disease may take that plant and then it dies and you have to start again. So it is a mechanism that we use to teach life skills despite us focusing on that. But one of the things that we do is to try and encourage more persons to get involved and also to show them that it may be a thing that another club is more hyperactive, they may have more social engagement there.
Mm-hmm.
That is the reality in some clubs. But it's not always the same because we find that a lot of students, when they join for each, I would take them on field trips. We visit a farm, they visit some production centers. The same enthusiasm is there despite them keeping a social or some community engagement activity. So it's just to open their eyes to say, despite it not being as hip as other clubs, it is still relevant in its regard. And we use agriculture to teach you a lot. And at the same time, persons feel like, I don't want to be a farmer, I don't want to go in agriculture because it's not, it may not seem like one of the more posh careers, but trust me, there is money to be made in agriculture. If you look at what's happening around the world, you have a lot of entrepreneurs, global leaders, some of the wealthiest persons are investing in agriculture and investing in agricultural lands. There's a running joke, but it's not really a joke, that the next world war may be fought over food. And if you really should sit and look at that, then agriculture and persons participating in agriculture is definitely a focus that we need to be pushing.
Wow.
Absolutely. Food for thought right there. But we have to take a quick break. I hope you will stick and stay with us after we take these messages.
Guess what? It's always Friday at TGI Fridays. Whether you're diving into our mouth-watering appetizers or treating yourself to one of our sizzling entrees, TGI Fridays has something for every craving. So why wait for the weekend? Visit us today and get that Friday feeling any day of the week. Follow us on Instagram at TGI Fridays Jamaica for information. TGI Fridays, Friday, every day.
La 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 la. Did you hear that? It is almost Christmas and Switches have the super solar lighting sale. Yes, you heard right. From now until November 25th, enjoy 20% off your selection of solar wall lamps, garden lights, and solar flood lamps. You can't afford to miss the sale. It is the Frostridge Super Solar Lighting Sale, now until November 25th. Visit us in Kingston, Malibu, Montego Bay, and Jackson. Shop and save only with Frostridge.
When they begin to crawl, changes are easy to busy.
When teeth diapers are difficult to change, it's time for Pampers Easy Up. They're easy to put on and take off, keeping their skin protected.
When they begin to crawl, changes are easy to busy.
Out there, where are the campus nights? Students are jumping up rights.
All right. Welcome back to Campus Connection. If you are just joining us, big up yourself and thank you for stopping by. Balancing academics and extracurricular activities, part 2. That is what we're focusing on right now. And we're joined with Javon Bailey, Public Relations and Marketing Manager at Jamaica 4-H Clubs, Demoya Taylor, Key Club Lieutenant Governor for Division 3, and Shania Cummings, Key Club President at St. Catherine High School. All right. So we're getting somewhere with the conversation, but I want to go a bit deeper, right? Because I had a thought during the break that most of my time was spent doing extracurricular activities at school, right? And I'm very grateful that I actually had school like that, because a lot of my friends now are from the extracurricular activities that I would have done. Demoya, based on the fact that you're in upper six right now, do you think that networking has been one of those benefits that you've experienced through extracurricular activities?
Yes, I can proudly say that networking is one of the biggest benefits that I've experienced through extracurricular activities. Key Club has been one of those biggest sources that I've gotten networking from, interacting with so many different persons across the island with different schools, different various presidents for different clubs. I've gotten the chance to meet a lot of persons and interact with them. If I need help with anything, I can just call somebody and say, hey, can I get help with this? If I need something to do, if I need to refer somebody, I can always count on all those other persons that I've met. And I can probably say that I've maintained those connections throughout my years through Key Club.
Love it. So I did see Javon kind of nodding his head when Jonathan asked that question, and I'm pretty sure Shania will want to weigh in as well. So, Javon, what are your thoughts on that? Does it afford you the opportunity to do a lot of networking?
All right. I like the reason I like that question is because it's true. Majority of the persons that you will keep in your life, you would have met them during some extracurricular activity. The reality is that some of my high school friends were acquaintances now, but we aren't as close as the person that we would have done some extracurricular activities with. At the university, being on hall and joining in the uplifting brotherhood society on hall, visits to homes, we did donations, we did drives, we walked around and asked for support. Those are the persons that are still here today that we can always look to. And the reality is that entering into the working world, these are the same persons that will point out opportunities to you, because they can attest to your goodwill, they can attest to the hard work that you do, and they can also attest to the character. So when they're making recommendations or when they're making suggestions and places that you can go, you will definitely get a better interest from these persons, because if they're good individuals and they're recommending you, it should mean that you're an exceptional individual as well. So I definitely agree with that. So the networking is definitely something that you can anticipate to receive. Not that you should do it because of it, but that is a
Right.
benefit that you can anticipate to receive.
Right. I love that you highlighted that. Don't do it because you want that networking, but it is a byproduct of you just being involved. So, Shania, what's your take on this question? Do you agree?
Okay, so I believe networking is very important because it helps you to interact with a lot of people who you can learn a lot from. It helps you to like reach out to people who probably they're also into giving back to others. So you could always be like, oh, I know Mr. Saint John. He's willing to always give back. It always helps when it's time to do a project. It helps when you just need help with something like schoolwork or anything else.
Mhm. Love it. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. And when we really explore the world of extracurricular activities, I know parents may be kind of on the fence when it comes on to extracurricular activities. But I just want one line from each guest. Just imagine you're talking to a parent who is kind of on the fence, wondering whether or not their child should be a part of extracurricular activity. What's that one line that you would say to them? Them are starting with you.
This is kind of a hard question because I have a parent who supports me in all the extracurricular activities
Oh,
that
yes, you
I
can't
do.
relate. You can't
she
relate.
can't relate. She can.
But I would say do it for them. Do it for their
Mm,
future. That's what I would
I love
say.
nice.
that. I love
I love
that.
that. I love that. That's powerful. That's powerful. She grow good, you know. You can tell she grow good, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can tell, right? I love
She's
that.
been
I love that.
networking.
Yeah. Shania, what about you? Is Shania still with us? All
Yes.
right, we're trying. Okay, yes, Shania, what's that one line that you would say to a parent who is probably on the fence about allowing their child to be a part of extracurricular activities?
Well, why not? Because like, why not? Who knows what they could learn from it? You don't know if this could like be their eye opener for their future career.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, it
so
could
true.
very well be the vehicle that takes them to the career that they are so, you know, wanting to be a part of. Powerful. Javon?
All right. I'm trying to find the right terminology, but the reality is that an incapable person will be working for a well-rounded person.
All
Mm.
right, slow that down a bit.
Whoa,
Hold on.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah, let's do that
Okay.
again.
All right. So an incapable person will be working for a well-rounded person because you normally find that it's not the straight A students that are not involved are the ones that are well. You'll find that the straight A students that are not involved in any extracurricular activities are the ones working for a student that may be a B student that was involved in extracurricular activities because they would have developed those other skills from being in the
Mm-hmm.
class. So an incapable student will be working for a well-rounded student.
All
That's
right.
deep.
Yeah,
No, that's
I feel
no,
like we
no.
should have do a mic drop. I feel like
No,
something should have
no, that's
happened.
deep. That's deep. Because if you really think about it, it's true. There's some amount of truth to it because a lot of the times the students who are straight A students who go straight home after school oftentimes end up working for the student who was balancing the act essentially. And
Right.
as Javon said, they learned way more beyond the academic scope because of extracurricular activities. So that's I agree.
Yeah,
I completely
I
agree with
I
that.
agree too, Jonathan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, so is there anyone that you guys would like to give a shout out to say thank you? Any supporters, any fans? Let me start with Demoya, then we'll take Devon, and then Shania, you can close us out.
Okay, so firstly, I would like to thank God for allowing me to be here. My grandma, who's currently listening on her radio, my mom, Terry, my biggest supporter, my friends at school, my key club family, my home club, my district board family, my
You see
friends,
this,
and
Jonathan?
everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody. What about you, Javon?
Well, I would just like to thank everyone on the platform for inviting me to come out, and all of the students that are actively involved in clubs continue and to always strive
Mm-hmm.
in whatever activity that you want to pursue. That's it.
Powerful,
Awesome.
powerful.
Shania?
Chanel.
Okay, so I would first like to thank God, my lovely parents, my advisor, my exit board, my key clubbers, and of course, Mr. Johnson, who brought me this opportunity, and of course, you guys for allowing me to be here. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome.
Wow.
Boy, I'm a bright bad, I'm not going to lie. I'm really bright, and I love that. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the program. We really do appreciate you being here. All the best for your studies, Demaya and Shania and Javon. Continue doing the thing as you continue to climb within the corporate space and even outside of the corporate space. Big up on yourself. Thank you for making it Campus Connection.
All the best, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thanks much.
Thank you.
All right, cool, cool. Well, there you have it.
Oh,
Wow, powerful,
that
powerful
was
show.
such a good episode.
Yeah, yeah. Balancing academics and extracurricular activities, part two. And the thought came to me during the break. Should I say
Uh-huh.
this? I don't know. But I could have link up Heart for that mixing matter thing, because Heart have the
Yeah.
program, You see
Yeah.
your face?
Mixing
Raiderland,
matter.
Raiderland, if you ever
Level
see
one or level two.
if you guys ever see an extra
Oh,
face so it light up a while
oh
ago.
my
But
God.
for
I
real though,
was
you
not
can go try it
expecting
and
that.
learn. Of course you weren't. You
Yeah.
can link of heart to, sharpen your skills. And when you're
Yeah.
done, on a Friday, you go chill with your friends at
Yeah.
TGIF because
Yeah.
every day is
It does look.
Friday. But guys, big up Mr. Thank you so much for making the campus connection. Next week, Tuesday, we're talking about parenting youth. You want to be a part of that show. That's Tuesday, November 19th. Big up the team
Absolutely.
as usual. Big up all the guests. Thank you so much for making it Campus Connection. That's it for our show this week. Campus Connection was brought to you by Heart NSTA Trust. Skill is power. And TGI Fridays at TGIF. Every day is Friday. See you next week when we explore more things while Guampan Campus. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Anesta. We'll see you next week.
Okay, where are the campus lights? Students are stuck up in a fright. It's me, people are coming, jump, come on, then you walk. Yeah, that's a one. Yeah, we are carrying on, jump, come on,